Hi Floppycatters, we're back at the lake, which means another video of the 4 cats. So this is Charlie, my 10-year-old seal-mitted ragdoll cat with a blaze. This is Caymus. Okay, let's just admit that he's kind of mine, but not really. He's my parents' almost 15-year-old cat. It is August 5th and he will be 15 in 10 days. This is Murphy, my parents' almost 15-year-old cat. He will be 15 in, when is it, Bo? Oh, that's gonna be Caymus's golden birthday. Bo's the 20th, so 15 days. And then this is Trigg. He is my cat and he will be 10 on the 19th of August. So 14 days for the go-go! For the go-go! I call him Gowie, Chiggy, Tink Tink, Trigg. It's his main name. Murphy I call Bobo or Cybo. Caymus I call Nui or Kickanewin, Kickanewin, Kickanewin. And Charlie has a assortment of names as well. Woo, Wooey, Surzy, Trimanters, Bubby. But what else? What else do I call you? I know all my names. My cats were introduced to my parents' cats when they were kittens. So Murphy and Caymus were 5 years old when they met this wonder nut, and 5 years old when they met that wonder nut. So luckily, when we get together with them a couple times a year, this is my parents' house. So it's Caymus and Murphy's house, and when we come down, they're accepting of them and whatnot. There's some hissing and growling, but in general, they get along really well. We were just here 2 weeks ago, so this transition this time wasn't as rough. Bo's coat. So both Caymus and Murphy have early stage renal disease, but Murphy's coat's looking a lot more like a kidney cat tonight than I'm used to seeing out of him. Bo, what did you say? Caymus has always had the most luxurious coat in the world. It's what are you smelling on me? What are you smelling? While it might not look luxurious, it is so luxurious to touch. It is like rabbit fur, how a ragdoll cat's fur is supposed to be. Murphy's coat is a good coat as well. It's just not like Caymus's, and they are half siblings. They have the same father. Bo. But Murphy's coat reminds me of my first ragdoll cat's coat, Rags, the reason that I founded Floppycats. Charlie, Woo. Charlie has a completely different coat altogether compared to the two of them. Like, see how far my finger goes in until I get to his body? Well, you can't because he's wondering why I'm poking him. But his hair, first of all, there's a couple of things. So when we got back from the lake the last time, Charlie gets really car sick. And this last time, my mom had left Caymus with me, and she took Murphy with her. So I had 3 cats in my car, and so I took Charlie, Trigg, and Caymus home together. And Charlie got really sick. Did you get a bug bite there? Oh my gosh, you did. How did that happen? Inside? Oh, man. So Charlie, I don't know where I was. Anyway, Charlie got very car sick. We ended up at the emergency vet. Long story short, after an emergency stay overnight with blood work, x-rays, and ultrasounds, it ended up being basically that he had inhaled too much air, and that's why he got so sick. Where was I going with all of this? Totally lost my train of thought because I'm wondering how in the world he got bit by a mosquito. You wanted a headbutt there. Bye, baby. Did you get bit by a mosquito inside? Oh, wooey. Oh, wooey. I know. Look at Bo going to town. Oh, yes. I remember now because it's Bo's coat. Okay. So, long ago, thanks to our YouTube channel, a Scandinavian vet was watching our videos and told me that Charlie has a crepe coat. So you can see how it's kind of creped there. And I said, okay, what significance does that have? And she said, well, is Charlie like very sensitive to his coat being touched? And I said, oh my gosh, yes. And he's like, I've always thought he's kind of neurotic. And she said, well, it's because his coat, his hair follicles are different than Trigg's coat. And Trigg's coat's a lot like Murphy's. But Murphy is a skinnier cat. Trigg's overweight a little bit. So anyway, what she explained to me was because I think Charlie's hair follicles are flat. They're either flat or round, but I'll try to make... Yes, it says, do not smell my buta. I do not like that. It makes it very sensitive, so when wind or light touches or anything really bother the heck out of him, so those are the kind of interactions that we have. So there's a warning, and then usually one walks away, which is nice. And that's also why I keep food out all the time, so that we don't have any arguments about things. I'm gonna finish this about the hair follicles. So Charlie, like, you can't lightly touch him. He'll get pissed off. And he's already kind of mad because of Murphy. So I don't want to really get him mad. But he'll, like, turn around and almost, you know, flinch at me. And then he'll realize, oh, it's me and not somebody bothering him. So when we went to the emergency vet after we got home this last time, I told the vet, do not lightly touch him, like manhandle him, because he is so sensitive with just like wind or anything brushing up against him that it's better for him to be grasped. He doesn't not like light touches. But the other cats, you know, don't mind light touches because they have the different hair follicle growth. Yes, that's my newie. This is the sweetest cat in the whole world. You can't convince me that there's a sweeter cat. Hi. I mean, not necessarily, I don't mean like to humans, but like just a gentle giant that would never hurt a fly. Newie. Say, oh, Newie. That's a big yawn, Newie. Bo says, what about me? What about me? I know, Bo, you're a nice kitty too, but that Caymus, man, wouldn't hurt a fly. If I didn't get canned food, I don't know how I'd eat because I just can't hurt anything. I'm just a nice Newie. Are you a nice Newie? You are a nice Newie, I know. Gaga, you're gonna come over here? Are you gonna come over here? That's a Gaga. Hi. See, my coat's like Murphy's. It's nice and soft, but then it has some straight hairs towards the back. Yes. And my two cats are not related to Caymus or Murphy. Can I say hi? I don't like to surprise them in the first 24 hours because they are pretty sensitive to everybody around them. My cats aren't related to each other, and they aren't related to Caymus and Murphy. But my Trigg is related to my cat Rags, who's the reason I founded Floppycats. So the reason why you're watching this video now, because of my cat Rags. And these two lived with Rags. They were almost 5 when he passed. So they lived with him for his first 4 months. And that was one of the reasons that I fell in love with Caymus, because he was so respectful of Rags. Murphy fought with Rags a lot, wanting to be the dominant cat. So they got along okay, but they were always in cahoots because Murphy wanted to be a top cat. Yes, I know, because you're a Blaze cat. So yes, I'm just in charge. But then Newie just said, as long as I get my food, I do not care. I ain't a Caymus. I ain't a Caymus. Let me get the gookies out of your eye, kid. Alright, guys. Well, there's a 10-minute video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching. These are my favorite times with all 4 of them. Super excited they can all be together and live harmoniously. We'll see you next time.